Good morning, good afternoon, or evening. My name is Ben Allen, and I am the Deputy Coordinator of the Technical Support Team. And I'm going to give you a brief overview of the Technical Support Team, which is part of the Global Nutrition Cluster Technical Alliance. And this should take about 15 minutes. So before we dive into the Technical Support Team, I'll give you a quick overview of the Alliance itself. So the GNC Technical Alliance works in these 5 key areas. The first 3 you see on the screen here, broadly speaking, relate to the Technical Support Team. And the second 2 relate to another area of work from the Alliance, referred to as thought leadership. And that is led by several global thematic working groups. And if you want to know more about those GTWGs, you can find that out on our website. So collectively, the Alliance is an initiative to support practitioners to improve the quality of nutrition preparedness, response, and recovery by enabling and providing technical support through multiple channels. And here on the screen are the 5 channels. Okay, and this crosses numerous nutrition and emergencies areas, including community-based management of acute malnutrition. And importantly, we should mention simplified approaches to CMAM, which is very important at the moment. Also, infant and young child feeding, social behavior change, management of at-risk mothers and infants, nutrition assessments, that includes SMART surveys, MUAC-only surveys, IYCFE surveys, CAP, knowledge, attitudes and practices surveys, and the like, and nutrition information systems, nutrition cluster coordination, information management for nutrition cluster coordination, advocacy, intersectoral collaboration, and then several key cross-cutting themes that we also work on. Okay, and how do we provide that support? So we have 3 key services, or 3 areas, ways in which we provide support. That is help desk support. So that refers to those quick questions, advice on certain guidance, the latest guidance, quick advice on small things that might take, we say, no more than a day, or more often than not, it's even less, a matter of hours or minutes even. And then we have several individuals dedicated to that. And then secondly, we have in-depth support. So that refers to when you have a dedicated advisor who is working with you over around 8 weeks, but this could be anything as low as 1 week, or anything in exceptional circumstances as much as 12 weeks. And that could be 8 weeks, consecutive weeks, or that could be 8 weeks stretched over a longer period of time, whatever is most appropriate for you and your program. So that work could happen in country, or it could happen remotely, or it could be a combination of the 2. And then the third service is our consultant roster. So we have a roster of over 100 consultants with different technical specialities, as mentioned before, and they have been vetted by the Alliance, and although they haven't gone through references or background checks, that would be your responsibility. We can provide those, the contacts, the profiles, and you would then go through your own internal recruitment procedures and contract and pay them. So let me take you through a few examples of in-depth support. First, this one from Yemen, where our SBC advisor, Sona Sharma, supported BFD, Building Foundation for Development, and she worked with them remotely on formative research training, supporting the development of a multi-sectoral SBC strategy, and doing a trainer of trainers in SBC. And that is Sona there in the first screen. And then secondly, we worked with the Juba Valley Development Committee in Somalia. This was a shorter piece of work, only 10 days, as you can see here. That was in country. We had Action Against Hunger Somalia, a TST partner, who was able to deliver this face-to-face in country in Somali with their Somali team. and we were very grateful for their support. And they helped JVDC with an integrated management of acute malnutrition, capacity assessment, training, and on-the-job coaching. And here is a photo of some of the JVDC staff in the training. And another piece of remote work, our assessment advisor, Alexa Humphreys, supported the Myanmar nutrition sector with designing tools and methodology for MUAC-only screening, and she supported the training and the implementation of those screenings as well. And an IYCFE support that we provided to UNICEF in Honduras. This was led by a consultant that we engaged, Alejandra Toledo, who delivered the work remotely and in country, including a situation analysis, a capacity assessment. She supported the development of an action plan and also supported a training. And a new area of support that we haven't, that we're currently working on with UNICEF, GBV in emergencies team, and that we want to advertise and generate demand for, because we believe there is an interest in developing this area of work at program level, and we're here to support you with that. And this could be capacity strengthening on gender transformative approaches and GBV risk reduction. It could be integrating gender or GBV risk reduction into nutrition programs. Could support with a gender analysis study, or review or development of gender GBV policies or strategies or action plans. So who is the technical support team? So we're around 24 or so individuals, not all full-time on the TST. We're a multi-agency team hosted by these organizations listed here: Save the Children, Action Against Hunger, the Global Nutrition Cluster, UNICEF, and International Medical Corps. And some of the advisors, as I said, are not 100% on the TST, but they are there. They're either part-time or they're also available to support their own agencies. But this is the standing team who you might expect to engage with. But we also have about 20 TST partners who are there and available to support, to deliver technical support if and when appropriate, if they have an appropriate advisor available. Which brings me on to the process of finding the person to deliver that support. So it really depends on the need, the relevance of the support, the characteristics of the support, the technical area, and the context being two key criteria. But we look internally in the technical support team, those people I just showed you. We also look amongst our TST partners, the organizations that were listed in the slide before. And we also we go to the consultant roster that I mentioned before, and we also advertise externally, all with the objective of finding the most local advisor we can, abiding by the well-known saying, as local as possible, as international as necessary. And important to say here that in all circumstances, no matter how senior or junior the advisor might be, we will have a technical backstop. That is someone who is there to support them and ensure quality of the support going forward. That is particularly important if we wanted to prioritize or give the opportunity for someone who had really good contextual experience, but perhaps not the technical expertise necessary. We would couple them with a backstop who has that technical expertise, enabling them to deliver the support, for example, if they were able to do so in the local language. So what does the support cost? So it's important to say the support could be free of charge. That said, we always ask requesters to contribute what they can, because we know there's sometimes funding available at country level. And so requesters could cover up to 100% of the cost of the support. But also we have grants available to be able to cover that cost if it's not available from you, the requester. And it could also be a mixture. So you could cover some and we could cover the rest. Importantly, and this refers to all the costs related to the technical support. So the advisor's salary, the flights, any travel costs, and any relevant support costs as well. It does not refer to the activities that would be could be undertaken, such as a training, for example. But important to say that regardless of who pays, the quality of the service remains the same. So you can expect the same thing whether you pay nothing or whether you cover all the cost of the support. Who can request support? So basically any organization seeking to achieve nutrition outcomes in emergency contexts can request. That includes national organizations, so government, NGOs, local organizations, community-based, women-led or women-focused organizations. That also includes international organizations, whether it be UN or INGOs, and also collectives, so nutrition sectors, nutrition clusters or other clusters who might want nutrition support, and any group of organization who wanted to get together and request our support. You do not need to be a nutrition organization to request our support. We're very keen to work with organizations or groups of organizations who are seeking to achieve nutrition outcomes in one way or another. So where can you find the Alliance? We have a website, ta.nutritioncluster.net. And we also, on there, you can find this request support button. So if you click that, this very simple request form will come up where we ask for your details and as little or as much information about the request, the need and the context that you have. And whatever information you provide, the next step will be to work with you on elaborating and unpacking that. You can request in whatever language you feel you are comfortable in doing so, and we will make sure that we get back to you and hopefully in that language. And yeah, it'll take you only a few minutes to fill out. So we encourage you to go there and do that. So what can you expect? Let's give a little bit of clarity on what the process is. So as I just mentioned, you submit your request online via the request form. We will get back in touch with you within 72 hours to have an initial call, scoping call, where we will unpack your ideas for the technical support, where we will understand a little bit more about the context, a bit more about your programs, a bit more about the nutrition response, in order that we can together determine what those needs are. And that will be articulated in a terms of reference document that we will support you very closely in developing. And then together we'll find the best human resource, the best advisor for that work, as mentioned before, through those various channels, the in-house, the TST or the consultants or the partners or advertising externally as well. And we will also identify the best funding, the funding available for the support. And together we will prepare the support. If there is an in-country element, this will involve quite a fair amount of practical arrangements that will need to be made, but we will support you with that. And then we will ensure that any support takes place with quality assurance. So that includes the technical backstops that I mentioned before, but it includes a few other mechanisms as well to make sure that the service you get is top quality. And finally, we do evaluation and follow-up to make sure that we are learning from all our experiences and consistently doing better. And with that, I'd like to thank our donors. As I mentioned, we have some grants that enable the technical support team to operate and support you. That includes our partners, the Global Affairs Canada, the Canadian government. That includes the Swedish International Development Agency, SIDA, and the Swedish government. That includes USAID and the US government, Irish Aid and the Irish government, and UNICEF as well. And with that, I thank you for watching, and we look forward to hearing from you soon.